Hey, what's up everybody? Here we are at the final day of Blade Show 2022 with Microtech. Let's give us a rundown of what you guys have for us.
Hello everybody, so this is our last day, so we sold out pretty much everything. However, we still have some Blade Show special left, so let me go ahead and show you. So every single year we do a Blade Show special. This year we did a Blade Show 2022 edition Ultratech. It is a single edge, DLC blade, DLC hardware, all black. One of my most favorite designs, to be honest with you. Same materials as your regular Ultratech, and we're selling it for $200 at our booth 324.
Right on. Looks super nice. Are these serialized special?
You know, we didn't do that this year. However, we have done it in the past. And again, the Blade Show logo with the 2022 kind of remains. So if you have your 2021 edition, it is an Ultratech as well with the stone wash finish. So they look really nice as you collect them. So, yeah.
That's pretty sick. Thank you so much for your time.
You're very welcome.
Have a great day.
Thank you, guys.
All right, we are continuing our coverage of Blade Show 2022. We are here at Chris Reeves Knives with Tim Reeves. Tim, tell us a little bit about the company and who you guys are.
Yeah, we're Chris Reeves Knives. I'm Tim Reeves. I'm Chris's son. My mom Ann behind us. We're here at Blade Show. It's been a great year. We make knives. We make folding knives, fixed blade knives. These are a couple of the new ones. It's called the Backpacker and the Inyoni. A couple of hunting, backpacking, fishing knives. But we're really known for bringing a particular knife into the industry called the Sebenza. It's a pretty simple knife, just titanium handles and very specialty blade steels produced for the cutlery industry. But my old man invented the frame lock, which is a very simple mechanism, very popular, real sturdy. So we just pursue highest quality fit and finish knives that we can possibly make and out of a production company. We're based in Boise, Idaho, so love being kind of off out in the woods and doing stuff like that. So yeah, man.
Oh, that's pretty cool. And what do you got new for this year?
These two fixed blades are like the new big thing that we brought out. We've been working on them for quite a while. Yeah, I think they're going to be great knives. They've great reception here at the show. So yeah, okay, stay tuned for seeing those around.
So, and when do you know when they'll show up to dealers? Or
yeah, we're gonna start shipping as soon as we get back from the show. We have quite a handful in the works, so it shouldn't be long.
And if anybody wanted to find you guys on social media, website?
Yeah, just chrisreeve.com is our website. That's where all the information, information about these new products and all the products that we have. But Instagram, Chris Reeves Knives. Start typing in the internet. It's not hard to find.
Awesome. Well, Tim, thank you for your time. Hope you enjoy the rest of your show. Yeah. Guys, stay tuned for more coverage from Blade Show 2022.
Hey, what's up everybody? Here we are, day 3 at Blade Show 2022. We're with the Outlier Knife Co. What's up, man? How you doing?
How you doing, brother? Glad to have you here.
I'm glad to have you here. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to speak with us.
Excellent.
So what is Outlier?
Well, it is a concept that we have recently put together, come out of double star blades is what we used to be. And it took us 5 years to find ourselves, for lack of a better word. And after the knife division came up with its own personality and its own traits and who we are, it became really important for us to be able to transmit that to the people who now follow us and committing more to the knife people rather than trying to straddle the fence and being able to take care of gun and knife. We just say, hey, Rob's a knife guy. That's what Rob does. So we're just going to focus on knife people. So that's what, because we're outliers. We're trying to take a seat at a really big table right now. And you know what? We're not interested in asking for a place. We're going to come in and we're taking a position. So we're an outlier. We're not coming in with the group. We're part of our own thing. We're outside the group. So that's what makes us outliers. We're like everybody else out there, trying to find a place. Well, guess what? We're not going to find anything. We're going to take a place.
Right on. I like it, man. I like
Absolutely.
it. So what do you do?
I'm the director of the division as well as a designer.
Okay.
I've got great company here, though. We've got Nick Collier, who backs us up over in Creative. We got some really great designers like Kim Breed, Darren Soroy, Hakeem Isler, Craig Caudle. We got some other great designers, so we've got a lot of really good stuff going on. But remember, we're not new to this. We've actually been doing this about 7 years, and corporately we've been here for 40. So we've been in the business of making stuff for quite a long time, but right now we're making knives our own, and in this limited production domestic market here in the U.S., everybody's domestic, right?
Yes.
Well, guess what? Not everybody can be made in the bluegrass. So we're made right here, right in Kentucky.
Hell yeah, right on, man.
Absolutely.
Now let's head over. Let's talk some knives.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're running a little slim because we had a really good weekend. So we got a few items on the board right now. Again, good weekend, but we got our Chico Diablo. This is part of our hunting line. This was designed by Kim Breed, a retired 5th Group guy. But I'm gonna tell you, he's a fantastic individual, a great hunter. So he created this guy here as a really nice Skinner utility EDC. We've dressed it up in Nitro V's, G10 scales, got the mark going on, nice tumbled finish with some really nice text right there.
Beautiful knife with some nice lines, man.
Absolutely.
Gorgeous.
Nice fuzzy liner on there, a nice gray, or a green, excuse me. So that's the first one. The next one, this is one of my designs. This is the Fang 3. This is my EDC. This is something that's going to be in your pocket dump every day. Whether you're scraping head gasket, cutting pizza for the kids, whatever. That's what this is. ADC RV2, nice carbon steel. You can keep it sharp. Every man's knife. This is just completely blue collar. Oh, right here. All right. So this is the cornerstone of our combat utility line. This was designed by Darren Soroy, 75th Ranger Regiment. This is, you know what, we got a lot of quintessential and historic daggers. Sykes, Keybar. I tell you what, this is definitely in a class all its own. I mean, historically, this will go down historically
That's
as
a mean looking
this
knife
is
right
a
there.
fantastic knife. 52-100 steel, high carbon, G10 scales, coyote liner,
Good looking.
Parkerized tumbled finish, nice lines, nice swedge, just really nice, tight in the hands. You know, designed by a warfighter for warfighters. And for all of you guys out there, he's an Army guy. He was thinking of you guys when he came up with this. So this is, we're making it for him, and it's really hot to trot.
Right on.
If you got anybody out there who's into breachers, oh, bushcraft, here we go. All right, everybody out there's heard of Naked and Afraid. Akeem Isler. This is his design. This is the Path Seeker. If you guys are into bushcraft, this is it. 1/4 inch thick, ADC RV2. We got the striker there for safety. He's got a really great technique in order for striking and getting that fire started that you can do it safely. Wow, Parkerized finish, tumble, G10 scales. This thing's a tank. If you want a baton, whatever you want to do, this thing is all about that life.
Seriously.
Yes, absolutely.
Thick boy, man.
Yeah, this thing is way heavy. It's about that business. You want to take it out there and you want a baton and do whatever you got to do, that's, you know, it's all about that. Next one up here is we've got, you know, I was just kind of tired. This is one of my designs. This is the Fury. I was just kind of tired of crappy machetes, to be quite honest with you. I was a land surveyor for 22 years, so I made a living with a machete. But I was really big into Kali. I've been doing Kali since the late 80s. I wanted to do something that was Filipino inspired. So this is actually a Pinswali from the Moro region of the Philippines. I just wanted to do something that was just, you know, just really heavy duty. If you want to, dude, you need to put this in your hand. You got to feel that.
Wow. That is so balanced.
Doesn't that make you just want to break shit?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to go do some bad things.
That's
man.
right. That's right.
Wow. Take a look, John. That is a bad blade, man.
Absolutely. So we're going to wrap it up. You know, we've got some other stuff coming out, but one more thing I want to kind of close this up with. All right. This is brand new. This is one of my designs for us, for Outlier. This is the Kodiak Camp Axe. One problem with tomahawks in most cases, they're not really practical for splitting. So we designed this head configuration so that you can not only split with it, you can maintain it and still be able to cross-cut, whittle, or strike. So this is like that multiple camping tool that you can just keep under the seat of the truck.
Kind of the do-all tool.
Do-all for camping. You know, if you want to buy nice stuff that you want to pass down to the kids, this is it. 52-100 American made in the bluegrass state, G10 scales, really nice. Another one that's really comfortable in the hand. Feel that.
Oh yeah.
He's really interesting. Yeah,
Really
these are
choke
all
up on
his
that too.
best.
Yep.
Oh wow. Man, that little scale counts. Oh yeah, the dagger.
Great, clean. You know, when you talk about clean builds, dude, this build is
The
clean.
quality is there.
Yeah,
You
this
can
is
feel it in
clean.
hand.
That all of our kydex is made in house, up in Kentucky. I mean, this is clean. We got white liners. It's just a clean build.
I love it.
It's just a clean build. Yeah, and then our end, we got some of our novelty stuff going on here. This is the Noogie bottle opener. You know, whether you're at 4th of July, whatever, you're popping brew. This is what you need out there with the family.
Statement piece.
It's a statement piece, paperweight, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't all bad. It ain't all bad. So there we go. Again, this is just a really small look at things to come. Keep an eye on Outlier.
Where can people find you? Instagram, online?
OutlierKnifeCo.com.
Okay, right on.
OutlierKnifeCo.com.
Be sure to check.
All right, we are here at Blade Show 2022, continuing our coverage. We are at the Keybar booth with the man himself. How's it going today?
Hey man, 100 miles an hour, dude. Nothing ever ends over here.
So kind of give us a rundown for people who don't know your story, the inspiration behind Keybar, everything like that.
So man, my name's Mike Taylor, and I actually walked into this show 10 years ago and didn't know nothing about knives, and bought a piece of micarta material and took it home, and I was a hotel maintenance engineer, had a bunch of keys, and I was like, man, I can't make a knife to even compete with any of those guys in that room, but I can make a key holder. So I went and made a key holder, and man, a year later, had 5 employees coming and sitting in my living room every morning, and pretty awesome, man. But you know, I started from Home Depot, buying metal and making them on a grinder, and 10 years later, man, it's been really awesome. We have 10 employees. Everything we make is in-house, so from start to finish, I get to just create, and whatever I can think of that week, we end up making. Our bread and butter is Keybar. It's like a Swiss Army knife for your keys, and so you put your keys in it, you put different tools in it, everything from screwdrivers. We got hacksaws, tweezer, toothpick. Possibilities really endless on what you can put in it, and then we get to make really cool stuff, like our spinning pin holders. We call the quick draws, and they look like a revolver. And we make all kind of hammers and mallets and different tools. And you know, being able to make everything ourselves, we can just go out and have fun and really enjoy the making. You know, sometimes when you make the same thing over and over, it gets stagnant, right? So being able to just make anything from skateboards to katanas to pin holders, you know, it's really awesome. And but yeah, Keybar is where it's at, and we do a lot of different materials, and I really get to have fun with those too. We do a lot of laser engraving, a lot of custom artwork. We work with a lot of makers that we met over the years in the room, and they'll make knife blades for the Keybar. They'll make different tools for the Keybar. Maybe they'll do their specific finish that a maker's known for. We'll do a collaboration with them, and then we'll have a matching Keybar to their product. And so Blade Show is really amazing, not just for the products that are here. Blade Show is really about the people. You know, you're going to meet people in this room that you're going to be friends with for the next 10, 20 years, and they're going to help your business grow just as much as it's a collaboration is really what makes this room awesome. So having you guys here is awesome, and that's about it, man.
So when you go into a new design, what process does it go? Do you just go, oh, that looks freaking cool, I want to put it on a Keybar?
Yeah, so usually I come up with an idea, or I'll see something that inspires me, or most of the time it's me getting into a hobby. I'm very ADD. I can't not do, I got to be doing something different. And so, like most recently, my kid got into RC cars. So we started doing different finishes and stuff to match those RC cars, and you know what I mean. So it's really what kind of genre I'm feeling passionate about at that time. And then for the creative process, I come up with the idea, it's in my head, we put it on paper, and then usually I just go out after hours when the guys aren't in there, and I have all the machines to myself, make a prototype, see how it comes out, and then throw it out on social media, right? Get a feel for it. They're going to tell you they love it or they hate it. If they love it, we ramp up production and start making them. If they hate it, we move on to something else, man. And so it's really being able to do everything in-house and make it myself allows us to do that. We're not limited to anybody else. Hey, can you make some of these? And usually nobody's going to make just one of anything for you. And if they do, it's going to take a long time. So for us, being able to just on the fly make something, get it out there. Hey, what do y'all think of this? And I basically let my community tell me what to make, right? I'll throw it all out there and see what they like, you know, and so that's kind of how it goes.
So out of all your designs, which one would you say is your favorite, your passion project? Which one do you like the most?
So Keybars, you know, my diamond crosshatch titanium is solid titanium, a lot of machining, there's laser engraving involved, there's anodizing involved. We're really passionate about our anodizing and lasering. But that one right there is just super classy. It's probably one of my favorites, and you can't go wrong with that. But then, you know, I really love the crazy ones, right? Like you get really intricate ones with holographic honeycombs, right? And I really enjoy this stuff because this allows me to really, really learn. Every time I do something like this, I'm learning something new. I'm trying new techniques. I'm trying different patterns and stuff I've never tried before. And so by doing this, I learned, oh, that worked really well, and I can apply it, you know, to all the other products we make. So we do a lot of custom stuff, a lot of tinkering, and it just gets fed through the line once we figure out something really cool. So,
and then what would be, now I know the Keybar's got keys and we're at a knife show, but what's your favorite accessory to put on your Keybar?
Oh man, my favorite accessory is realistically my number 2 Phillips head screwdriver. You can really use anything for a flathead, but when you need a Phillips head screwdriver, you know, it's really nice to have that in your pocket. So that's my number 1 tool. Believe it or not, my number 2 favorite tool is the titanium toothpick. Again, it's not just a toothpick. I use it for 100 different things, you know. But man, that's hard because we got so many good tools, and every one I made for a specific reason because I was sitting there and I was like, man, I wish I had this, or I wish I had that. And so, but yeah, the screwdrivers and stuff really come in handy in your keys because it's always with you. And so I tell people all the time, you can load these things up with all the tools. Don't carry what you don't use, right? Keep it as minimalist as possible because if you only have a couple tools in there, you're more likely to use them than if you have a ton of them. So, yeah, that's it.
All right, well, one last question for you. You know, Keybar has grown so big. It's been this awesome brand. What does the future kind of hold for you? What do you see, you know, the next big thing from you guys? Yeah,
so Keybar, we're just going to continue to make cool stuff. And I have a lot of ideas. Personally, we do a lot of stuff you don't see. So it's man, we're just gonna keep making cool stuff. I never like to set crazy goals that I have to try to get out there with. I have a bunch of ideas I want to get accomplished. We got a really great team, and yeah, man, make cool stuff. A lot more tools. We're always coming out with new tools and different things to make the product better. So I'd say just to continuously improve the product line and just let the company grow naturally. We've grown exponentially over the past 10 years, and it's awesome. And I haven't ever really tried or had to really say, we have to do this or we're not going to get here. You know, this community is very blessed to allow us to grow without trying, really. You know, so yeah, man.
All right, and then I know I said one last question, but if you had a piece of advice for somebody starting out and doing something like this, what would you give them?
Yeah, nobody's gonna build your castle for you. That's my thing, man. Like, you know, at the end of the day, if you're not gonna put in the effort, nobody else is gonna do it for you. And if people see you putting in that effort and see your passion, they're gonna support you. Whether you're selling balloons or it doesn't matter what it is, right? If you love what you're doing, people are going to support you because they're going to see that passion and they're going to want you to be successful.
And where can people find you guys?
Man, keybar.us or just Keybar on all the social medias. So.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time.
Thank you, my friend.
Appreciate you giving us this interview. Stay tuned for more coverage from Blade Show. So we are here, continue our coverage of Blade Show 2022 with Ballistic Dummy Lab. Chris here, the owner. Chris, how's it going?
It's going great. Good to see you guys out here.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about your company and what we've got here. I mean, Lonnie, look at this. This is so cool. Ballistic gel is awesome.
So rad. So we brought a couple of our torsos out. Torsos with head. They don't have the intestines in them because they didn't want the blood out here at SHOT Show. Blade Show. So we brought 2 full ones out for Tony to use his award-winning tactical knife on. So yesterday he was showing people how you could slice, you could break bone with it, do straight shots with it, just showing people how to defend themselves. Lots of ums. Do you want to ask me any questions?
Yeah. So when did the company start? How long have you guys been around?
So we started making ballistic dummies about 12 years ago on Deadliest Warrior with my special effects company called Silver Shamrock. And 3 years ago I decided to do it full time, and we started Ballistic Dummy Lab.
There you go, sir. You getting with the auto clip? Yeah. All right.
So we've been making dummies pretty much primarily for about 3 years now.
And you mentioned Ultimate Warrior. What other shows can we see your stuff on?
So we started on Deadliest Warrior, and then we've been on Bones, NCIS, the new CSI. We've been on Forged in Fire. We've been on an outdoor channel special called Hollywood Weapons. So you can see us. If you've seen one of these on TV, it's most likely ours.
That's awesome. And ballistic gel, people always want to do comparison from our side for ammo, knife testing. Can anybody buy this stuff?
Yeah, these are all available on our line, available on our website, ballisticdummylab.com. So you guys can come by, check out, we have specials going on all the time. We do anything from a hand all the way up to a full body. So whatever you guys need.
Cool. And then, what kind of inspired you to do this?
It was the first show we worked on, Deadliest Warrior. They needed somebody to step in and make the dummies for them. So I brought them a prototype, and they liked it, and it just kind of snowballed from there.
And then you've mentioned a lot of shows. What do you have a favorite episode or favorite thing where the dummy got destroyed? It's a tough question.
It is. I mean, a lot of our social media influencers do amazing things with them, like Grand Thumb and Kentucky Ballistics and Demo Ranch. They've done like incendiary round 50 cals on them. Those are fun. Back from the Deadliest Warrior days, we did one where they did a spiked swinging ball that just came down and hit the chest of the dummy and went up in the air. So that was pretty fun.
Does it bring you joy and pride every time you see your stuff out there in movies and TV and things like that?
Yeah, it's fun to watch. I mean, it's a lot of people do stuff I could never do with it. So they think up great things to do with them, and then I get to watch it. So it's cool.
And then where can people find you?
So we're at ballisticdummylab.com. We also have social media on Instagram and YouTube, just Ballistic Dummy Lab.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for this, and we look forward to working with you guys. We need to get some of these in for testing, guys. So, Chris, thank you very much.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you. All right, guys, we are continuing our coverage of Blade Show 2022 with the most innovative American design the winner here. Kalani, get in on that award right there. So we are here with Robert, the owner. This is Ashville Steel's the company name, Paragon, and you're making knives under that. This is the brand. So kind of give me a little bit of rundown in history.
Well, Paragon was an older knife company in the 90s and early 2000s, and they were at one time the third largest producer of automatic knives in the country. They kind of lost their place, and we bought them out in 2006 and proceeded to try to build some of the models back, and we found basically a prototype of a knife that we had turned into what we call the Warlock, which became the most innovative knife at the Blade Show of 2022. And I'll give you a little demonstration here. It's a gravity knife, and you simply squeeze that, clamshells open, flick of the wrist, closes, boom. Closed position, Kubaton. So it's just a wonderful addition to the American knife offerings, I guess you would say. And we're just doing it in all types of styles. We also have it in a clip point style, where we close this. Again, Kubaton in the closed position, tapered to make it, you know, a weaponized handle is the way we see it. And we also do it in a Tanto version. Soon to have them all in titanium. So we'll have the less expensive aluminum versions and the high-end premium titanium versions.
Well, I saw them, and the first thing that came to my mind is Star Trek, because it kind of looked like a cool knife from there, but they're very good looking. Now, what made you decide to, now is the time to come out with a gravity knife? Is it the changing of laws? Is it the...
Well, we found, like I said, we found a prototype. And from that prototype, we extracted all these ideas of what was possible. I saw this simple mechanism that what you could build around it. Let's build a dagger knife around it. Let's build a clip point knife around it. Let's build a Tanto knife around it. And if you look at the knife itself, or the blade, the handle is a mirror image of the blade. So the handle to blade ratio is some of the best in the industry, I feel. But I'm biased.
And you said you found the design, you kind of put it up.
Yes.
What?
Let me get Jeffrey Mitchell in.
Yeah.
He is the actual inventor of the mechanism.
Yeah.
Jeff,
Hey, I'm a bigwig now.
And now we've got the actual inventor. So Jeffrey, can you kind of give me an idea of how you came up with this, the design? Besides, you told us a little bit that you found it. How did you come up with this design? What was the inspiration behind it all?
I can tell you how. Back in the late 80s, early 90s, that's when they started having these tactical folders. And I lived down in Florida, and the Florida Black Knife was an automatic that everybody sort of had down there. And then Tony at Microtech also lived down in Florida, so I was familiar with his switchblades. And I like that tactical style, machined aluminum handles, typically anodized black or some other color. And then I decided, what would be cool? A double-edged folding knife. So I thought, well, how are you going to make that happen? Because obviously you want a typical knife when you fold it, like a buck 110. If the other edge was sharpened, it's exposed, so you can't have that. So the first thing was, when the knife is closed, the whole blade has to be concealed inside the handle. So I decided, well, the handle sort of got to go like this. And then the rest is history. 10 years later, I worked on it off and on for about 10 years, really. And I have a prototype in.
When I found it, I thought, what could be possible with this thing? That's what I found.
Yeah, and that's sort of the style that was around back in the late 80s and early 90s. Skateboard tape or wing walk surface, that was quite common on knives. Anodized black, stainless steel, and it works exactly like the Warlock. Works exactly the same. And then I got it patented, and the patent issued back in 2001. And I don't know if you told him the long story about how he bought a knife company and discovered one of the prototypes. And he said, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen, gotta make it. So,
Have to make it.
that's how it happened.
And we couldn't find him to get his okay on it. So it took like 10 years to bring it to the market.
Yeah, 'cause-
because my manufacturers were a little iffy about it because they knew it was patented and they had already had some issues, legal issues on patents before. So, but here we are. It all worked out. And
Yeah, when I had built these prototypes, I brought them around the show and shopped them to everybody, Benchmade, everybody, all the big makers. And they all seemed to like it, but no one agreed to make it. So after a couple of years, I sort of stopped coming to the show and I didn't really show it to anybody. And unfortunately, like I told Rob, I should have put my name and address on the prototypes. That'd have made life easier for everybody, way easier. And it would have come to market sooner and could have saved him a lot of trouble.
I think it happened in the time. I think the timing was the way it was supposed to be. I mean, here we are.
Yeah.
We found him.
Pretty cool.
And you know, we've been working together ever since. You know, and it's just a great thing.
Yeah, these latest titanium warlocks they're amazing, really. And I guess everybody else agreed because we didn't win an award.
Yes.
It's pretty cool.
And Hypercut is one of the guys who helps us with the manufacturing. He is responsible for, you know, basically taking this mechanism and fine-tuning it to such a point repeatedly that just makes it just the knife that everyone just loves. It just has this flow to it. So he invented it, I discovered it, and Hypercut put the cherry on top.
Yeah, get this on tape. Gotta have one of those.
So where can people find you guys at?
AshevilleSteel.com. And we have a storefront in Asheville, North Carolina. You just put it in a Google search engine, bring it right to our front door.
And then are these 50 state legal? Can they be shipped everywhere? I know there'll be a lot of questions about that.
People who buy them need to know what's legal in their state. They're legal in North Carolina, and if you come to North Carolina, we will sell it to you, but you need to know what's legal in your state.
And also this year Rob has made a single edge version. And if that's a problem having a double edge folder, then that's a single edge folder that works the same.
New York now is gravity friendly, but they are double edge. They are not double edge friendly. So we made a single edge, you know, just for, you know, there are a group of people that's double edges are, you know, they prefer not to deal with the double edge. You know, just give me a single edge. I don't want to cut myself, kind of thing. So we do the single edge to get us in markets where that people want a single edge. So, you know, we're just, you got to cater to what people want. You know, if you do what people want, they tend to buy what you do. So,
well, this is an amazing story of, you know, you finding a design and then making a friend and bringing things all together, happened to fall perfectly. So, go check them out, guys. Again, the most innovative design, American design this year at Blade Show. We want to thank Rob and Jeff for giving us their story. Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Stay tuned for more coverage from Blade Show.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Final day of Blade Show here, and here we are with the legend himself, Ernest Emerson. Nice to meet you, man.
My pleasure, man.
All right, so what is the driving force behind your company?
Well, the driving force behind my company, if you really distill it down to the basics, is I make hammers. That's really it. I make hammers, but they have points on them because I'm a nuts and bolts guy, always have been. So I've never been interested in going wild and crazy fancy and all that. Although I do make on the custom side a couple fancy things here and there, but we just wanted to be able to make a product that I would use hunting, fishing, tactical environment, whatever. And so my driving force has always been to give someone a tool that they can use, and really that's it.
That's what he has, man, tools that can be used. All right, so what was the inspiration? when you first started out?
Well, the inspiration when I first started out was I was training at a martial arts school called the Filipino Cali Academy, and of course, they had butterfly knives. But I was a starving student, didn't have enough money to buy one from Pacific Cutlery, which preceded Benchmade, and so I made one, and then found out that several of the other students were in the same boat as I was. They couldn't afford knives either, and so the first knives that I actually made were Bally Songs, and I would make them just for the other guys in class. If they paid for the steel and the aluminum, I'd make them a knife and heat it with a blowtorch, and those were the first knives. So that was actually the inspiration and the starting point of it. Yeah,
that's so cool, man. Now let's talk knives here. What do we have on this display?
Well, I have right here a reissue of one of the original types of knives that we made as a company. And by the way, this is our 25th year anniversary as Emerson Knives Incorporated.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's been Mr. Toad's wild ride. I'll tell you that. But it's been fun all the way through. And so we've started to reissue some of our, over 25 years, quite a few different knives. And it's funny because I've found that each knife has almost a collector community built around that particular model. And the Spec Wars were one of the original designs. We had some Ravens that was the actual original first knife that we made as a company, but they sold all out in the first morning of the Blade Show because they were our 25th anniversary. Yeah. And then this is a knife called the Hatin, and the reason that I put it out was on both of these knives, we have a new finish called the Thunderstorm finish. And it's one of those things where when you start playing with finishes and that, you always wonder, I like it, but the only thing that's important is the person sitting on the other side of the aisle. Do they like it? Do you like it? So we brought them down here to the show, and everybody liked it. So we lucked out and made the right choice. But these are just two of our standard knives. They're not fancy, but they get the job done.
They get the job done. I'm with those people. That is beautiful.
Thank you very
cool
much.
Looking. I love it.
It's called the Thunderstorm finish, and we're going to put it on all our black knives from this point forward, unless there's a contract from a military group or something that says we have to have this finish or that finish or whatever. All of our black knives now will have the...
all right, and where can people find you guys? Online, Instagram?
Online, Instagram. Those are the main two ones, and that would be emersonKnives.com and then Emerson Knives Inc. Instagram, I believe.
Okay.
I'm not one who takes care of it. I just do the knives. They put me in the corner and say, here's some paper.
You make hammers.
Make us a knife. Yeah, make us another hammer.
Right on. Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on 25 years.
Thank you for coming by, and I really appreciate that.
Be sure to check them out, everybody, and stay tuned for more coverage of Blade Show 2022. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome.
I want to show you one of the Swag's knives. This is called a Pocket Monster. This right here is AR RPM 9 steel, satin or stonewash finish on the blade. You're looking at anodized hardware, some nice G10, a nice spacer on the back. It's a liner lock, and the action on this thing is just super sweet. Now this is the only knife on the table that has a little bit of change for production. I want to show this to people because it is a front flipper, and we will put jimping right here, but this thing moves pretty good like that right now. We just want to make it much easier on people. This knife is $53.99, and I really see this thing as a pocket utility knife. You need to tear apart your Amazon boxes, it's going to ride easy. The one thing I always point out to people on this knife is even if you've got big, beefy hands, because it's got this palm swell, it locks in without the choil, so it's going to be locked into your hand, and then you're locked in here as well. You're not going to lose this knife if it gets wet or whatever. You're going to be able to tear into things. Now, Pocket Monster. This is Swag's color pick on this. Famous Monster, Monsters Inc. That's Sully colors right there.
Oh man, that is sweet.
Right?
It's a good look.
We have it in red and black as well, but I love this Sully color. She was dead right. I thought, no, they won't like that, but everybody has loved this color combo on this particular knife. Yeah.
It's different, it's nice,
right?
It's vibrant.
Right? Let me show you the Alenta as well. This is a Chase Snyder design. I have actually two on the table. There's a red version of this and a natural jade version of this that are limited editions that we made just for the show. There's only 150 each being made. Future models will not have the dual finish. They will be black PVD or all satin on the ends. It is an Alenta. Lento in Latin means curve or bend, and that's where we went with this sexy little knife. Again, you're talking about black PVD, AR RPM 9 on steel, dual thumb studs, but the action is just sweet no matter where you put that knife. That's really important to me in a design. The black liners, the natural jade handles on the black and red, it's red liners, red pivot, the whole bit. That knife comes in at $61.99. You really can't beat it on that particular knife. Feels good in hand. Next up, the little
tank,
chunk.
man.
You have to have a fun knife in the mix, and this is our fun knife right here. You're talking about almost 3 millimeters of D2 steel in that Wharncliffe blade, and surprisingly, on a blade that fat, the action is still super sweet, right? So flipper and thumb studs, G10 handles, again with the red liners. In case you didn't look around, we're kind of red and black in the market, and we kind of want to do that on a lot of things. I have a red version of this, and then I also have an aluminum version. Now here's something funny for your viewers if you're out there. I wanted to try this in a copper handle, and I promise you it will take your pants right off your body. So we didn't actually do the copper version because it was over a pound when it came in. Yeah, it was crazy. But this is just a fun little knife. Want to stick something in your pocket and just cut through anything. Great push cuts with this. I can see you taking out rope with this, no problem whatsoever. Just because you got that big, beefy blade for push blades.
Man, that thing looks mean.
Right? So we're also doing traditional knives, and those are really my babies. That's my background is traditional knife design. This is the Clinch River swayback. If you're familiar with a swayback pattern, it several hundred years old. They're originally made as loom knives. Now on a standard swayback, you don't get a finger choil. What I wanted to try to do is modernize this for modern users and still give you a gentleman's knife to carry in your pocket. What you get is you take a third of this lead bolster, you take 2/3 of the tang, and you get a 1-inch finger choil, which means you can really get on top of this knife and do what you need to do with it. It's your fanciest letter opener you're ever going to own at this point. But you're talking about D2 brush finished blades, steel bolsters, nickel silver rosebud shield and pins. This is genuine bone. We're calling this bone bourbon bone because it looks like a nice glass of bourbon. Steel liners, and the walk and talk on this thing is superb, right? It's probably about a 7 or 8 on the pull. $46.99 for that knife right there.
And that is such a classy looking knife, man.
Right.
I love the work. I love what you guys are doing here.
Thank you.
Online, where can people find you guys?
Rosecraftblades.com. The entire site is up and running right now. And in fact, if you are interested in anything you've seen here or look at anything else on the site, there's a notify me when in stock button with every single product. If you just throw in your email, we will notify you as soon as I put stock in the back end. It's probably going to be the end of July. We're going to go through 100% QC as the knives come in, just so we make sure we have everything going out looking perfect for everybody out there.
Right on. And last question, what was the inspiration to start this company?
Okay, that's a great question. I've been in the industry for nearly 24 years. Our proprietor, our founder, William Rose for Rosecraft, he and I worked together a long time ago. He called me up. He was looking to do some graphic design work. We had lunch. 7 hours later, we had decided that there was room in the market for another knife brand. His son Hawkins, who is one of our designers, was way into knives and really wanted to move forward. With my background and experience, we could put together a real team and make it happen. And from there, 11 and a half months later, here we are at the show showing our first line of knives.
Man, right on. So good to hear. Everybody check them out. Check out Andy at Rosecraft Blades. Thank you so much for your time,
No
man.
problem at all.
Love
you guys
the
have
work.
a great show.
Stay tuned for more coverage of Blade Show 2022, everyone. Dude, thank you.
You're very welcome.
All right, we are here at Blade Show 2022, wrapping up our coverage with our friend Dave from Protech.
Hey, everybody.
Dave, thank you very much for the interview. We see a few awards in front of you. What did we win this year?
I'll tell you, we've had quite a show. So we've actually had a pretty good history with the investor collector category. We won it this year for our 10th time. And it was for a Terzola with 24 karat gold, Wade Oliver Wilson engraving, a diamond in the push button, Bark Mastodon ivory, Chad Nichols Damascus. It might have been a little over the top. So we won the Investor Collector Knife of the Year. And then for Collaboration of the Year, which is actually of the awards we won this year, my favorite. We won it for the Terzola. This is the ATCF Bob Terzola design, iconic tactical knife. And anyway, he tasked us with building it in a push button automatic. And yeah, Knife Collaboration of the Year, Protech and Bob Terzola. It's a huge moment for the company, and we're very proud of that. And then total surprise, On top of all that, we won overall knife of the year for the Malibu Operator. So 3 awards in one show. We sold out of knives. We got to meet a lot of new customers. We got to see a lot of old friends and customers. It's been an amazing weekend.
No, that's awesome to hear. And for those people that may not know the story behind Protech, can you give us a little brief history on everything?
Yeah, so started in 1999, and I was in the business of buying and selling other knives, a lot of custom knives and things, and this is like the mid-90s, and a lot of the people were asking for auto knives. And it was the first thing I sold out of at every show that I did, right? And so it occurred to me that there was a market there was a need or a demand for more, so I found a company that I knew made blades, and then another company, a machine shop to make handles. I had everything outsourced, got a batch of knives built to get on my kitchen table at home, and then added those to my offerings of other custom knives and things, and I sold them all. I thought I should do that again, and I did it again, and anyway, now we have 30 employees and 15 CNC machines, 5-axis grinding, lasers, robots, award-winning knives. It's been an amazing journey.
That's awesome. Now, what kind of inspiration goes behind a new knife design?
So we're in a unique position now where pretty much all of our problems are the good kind. We have a lot of demand for the product. We have a long list of things that we want to make and a long list of people that want to work with us. So we try to pick very carefully, especially now because machine time is so limited and we're so behind on all the products we have. It's very difficult to squeeze something in that's new. But when Bob Trezzola asks, you say yes. And so I have a list of things I want to do today. It might take the rest of my life to get them all made, which I'm super thankful for. It's a big blessing. So we try to pick something that adds to the line, maybe adds a category or a size or a style that we don't already have. But honestly, a lot of it, people ask, and it's whatever Dave decides, I guess, ultimately. But yeah, we have so many good things we want, so many good people we want to work with. A lot of them we got to see at the show. And so, yeah, we try to pick something we don't already have, fill a niche maybe that's underserved in the knife market. I feel like we're pretty good at that. So yeah, that's how it goes.
So I asked this question to Lucas Burnley, so I'm going to ask you this question. You pick a handle material, blade material, fictional, real.
Yep.
If you were to make one knife out of anything, what would it be?
One thing we haven't done yet that I'd really love to try is meteorite. Yeah, that's on my list. Yep.
And what blade material, or handle material, blade material, all meteorite?
No, I think an inlay of meteorite, and then another thing I haven't used yet that I'd love to is a Jerry Rados Damascus blade, the Turkish twist. Yeah. So there's another list I have. Besides the designs I want to make, it's all the stuff I want to put on it, yeah.
So would you say like knife design, colors, the pattern, the sky's the limit?
Oh, yeah.
You just try anything?
At the show here this weekend, we had knives from 135 to 14,000. We had aluminum frame knives, titanium, stainless, bronze for handles. Blade steels, we had 20 CV, S35, S45, MagnaCut 154. I'm probably leaving out a couple. Inlays, everything from G10 to Mastodon. Damascus from 5 different makers. Engraving from 6 different engravers. And there's still a bunch of people I want to work with. So yeah.
So over the years, you've done a lot of designs, worked with a lot of people. Which one is your favorite? If you could pick one. Right. I know it's hard to pick one, but which one would be your favorite?
I love them all. My favorite one is the one I haven't done yet, honestly. Like that next, I love the creation. I love having a concept, an idea. I have a few knife makers I've talked to that are on my list, and it's like I have a lot of attention on whatever that next thing's going to be, and I love the process so much. They've sketched it up, and then we get to inflict our mechanism and our thing on it and make a prototype and then make adjustments, and then all of the pain of production, especially now because the supply chain and everything moves so slowly, it's excruciating. And I want it now. I want it right now. And so my favorite one is the new one we're about to work on.
All right, one last question. Most memorable moment in your entire career in this industry?
I'd have to say it was the first year we won one of these awards, and my dad was with me.
That's awesome to hear. All right, so let's we're gonna wrap this up real quick. You know, what does the future hold for you guys? Where do you guys see yourself, and where can people find you?
So definitely a lot of good authorized dealers. You search around, you'll find us, quickly. We're going to keep working hard, adding more machines, adding more great people. I'm super thankful for the team I have. If I could clone them and have double it, I would do it. We're going to keep more push-button manuals. Everybody loves the Malibu, so we're going to follow up with the Mordax and more of those. More great automatics. We're going to work hard and try to deliver more of what we do.
Well, Dave, I want to thank you for taking the time to talk with us. Appreciate it, guys. Check them out. Look at all these amazing awards in front of this man with this awesome, awesome knife. So this is going to probably wrap up our coverage here at Blade Show 2022, and this was a great one to end on. So, Dave, thank you very much, and we will see you at the next one.
Thank you, guys.